What's going on, Passmore Rotties fam? I'm out here with Miss Carter. We get some one-on-one time with her. Necklace coming off. Too big for you, girl? Miss Carter's a very, very pretty female. I love her markings. I'm seeing some early stuff about her bone structure that I'm liking already. Very driven girl. Nice headpiece. Thick paws, big old ears. And she has a lot of European influence in her. That's a big girl. Good girl. Good girl. Her parents actually are from Sunny Hill. There's a lot of TK in her blood. Got a Jaguar in there from Sunny Hill. She was pretty tightly line bred. So she brings something different to the pack than the other two girls that I have, Marvel and Widow. And her mom can go, like Carter's dad can go. They really go get her. So I think that, but also too, they're also thick, you know. They're thick, they're athletic, but they got, you know, they're thick dogs, big body dogs. So I think that she's gonna be a pretty athletic female, but not a long, skinny one. I think she's gonna be a really thick, balanced girl, well-balanced girl. She's gonna pair well with Kane. So essentially I got kind of 3 different females in my yard. As I'm starting to map these pieces to the puzzle together. 3 different females in my yard. It's all, you know, should impact my program differently and throw something a little bit different. Even if it's not the exact same thing or the exact same look. But right now I'm in the development stages. Then all the dogs grow up, let them mature. Analyze their structure once they finish maturing. When they fully mature, when they grow, around close to 2 years old, 2-3 years old. But I say around 1 to 2 years old because once you get like 15, 16, 17 months, you kind of have an idea of what you're gonna have. Especially with the females, they mature a lot faster. But yeah, of course, Rottweilers don't finish maturing until about 2-3 years old. And after that, it's time to see what they produce. But I'm really loving this girl so far. Look at her. That's a good girl. I want to keep building her confidence. Keep on building her confidence. That's a big girl. That's a big girl. You know, I feel like it's really important that, you know, as puppy buyers, people looking for rowdy puppies and, you know, any type of dog or any puppy. You know, there's nothing wrong with going ahead and adopting and getting a dog from a shelter. But if you really want to know what you get, you want to go, you know, to a good breeder who does good business, know what they're talking about. But the biggest thing I want to tell you guys is that you want to make sure that you see what's on the pedigree. You know, that you're able to see mom, you're able to see dad, you're able to see grandparents. If the breeders don't have the grandparents, you can look up the grandparents yourself. Because sometimes, you know, just because mom and dad looks good, doesn't mean the puppy won't come out looking good. You want to see what the dogs produce together. Come on, Carter. Good girl. You want to see what they produce together? The temperament, how the parents, how they move. Because a lot of times you'll only see still shots and pictures, but you want to be able to at least see the dogs, the parents move dynamically. You know, can they run? What are you looking for? You know. And that was really big for me in picking all my foundational dogs. So I found Carter, but you know, I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was getting. Good girl. The only way you know what you're getting is if you see production, you see the parents and grandparents. Spend some time with Miss Carter. Usually I'm always out here with other dogs with her, but I want to start spending some individual time with her one-on-one. Miss Carter is about 11 weeks, I believe. 10 or 11 weeks. I might be behind. I might be a little bit early. She might be more than that. I think she's around 13 weeks, maybe. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Big sign of trust when they lay on their back for you. Huge sign of trust. That's a good girl. Got your legs stuck. It's a big chain under. You gotta fit it. You gotta go into it. Gotta just fall in love with the process. Some water, girl. Hot down here. Really humid outside today. Come on. Good girl. That girl is pretty. Yeah, both of Carter's parents were imported from Europe, over in Serbia actually. And a lot of people say, you know, are your Rottweilers German? Or that's the first question everybody get. But the biggest thing asked, but you know, the biggest thing is if do you like the picture of my dogs, or do you like the video? Do you like how the dogs look? If you like how the dog look, why does it matter where the dog is from? What you have to realize is this between the German and American Rottweiler. If the dog was born here in America, it's an American Rottweiler. Yeah, well, what bloodlines? Serbian bloodlines, German bloodlines, Italian. You know, it's different bloodlines, but it depends on where the dog is from. Yeah, the breed originates, you know, way back then from Germany. But that shouldn't be the selling point. Okay, I want to buy this dog because it has German bloodlines. Because German bloodlines don't always have the best looking dogs, you know. They have more of the sport type. If you look at other bloodlines, usually the other bloodlines have bigger dogs. And sometimes you'll see a random picture on Facebook, on Instagram, showing German, American, Serbian, Italian, all these different ones, and it's wrong. It's all about how you breed the dog. Cause I know my guy Trey, up there at ZTR, he has American Rottweilers. Everybody think American Rottweilers are skinny, but if you see his Rottweilers, they big as heck. Tall, deep chest, real big heads. You would think they're German, the way everybody else talking. So it's not all about where the dog came from, it's about what the dogs you pairing together, the dogs you breeding together, to lock in certain traits. Are you going in there, girl? to lock in certain traits though. If I breed two big dogs together and every dog in the pedigree behind them has a real big head, you know, the chance that the puppy's gonna, you know, have a real big head too. Now the COI, ECOI number may jump up. The coefficient number gonna jump up. Especially once you get the line breeding. But you lock in traits. It's not about if a dog is from a certain place, it's gonna be a certain size. It don't work like that. It's all about intentional pairings, intentional breedings. Carter, come here, girl. Come here, mama. Good girl. She getting tired, not hot out here. Really humid. Good girl, come on. Good girl, Carter. Good girl. Good girl. I know some people may think the Serbian dogs are all big and have that timid look. She's Serbian, and I can show you her parents. I'll probably add them in a video. Her parents don't look like that either. You know, they are Serbian, but they can still move. Some Serbian dogs who seem more bigger and can't really jump that high or not that athletic. That's why I say it's all about how you're breeding, what you're breeding for, the dogs you're pairing together, what's behind them in the pedigree, the bloodline. So all that takes a part, you know, into how a dog is built. And she's fully Serbian. And watch when I tell you, she's gonna be a very athletic female. She's gonna be able to move, to jump. If she develops well, you know, there's no guarantee, but she develops well, she'll have a pretty deep chest, nice headpiece, but a thick, athletic female that can still move. You know, I feel like all the dogs have their place. That's why I got Marvel. Marvel's a thicker female, big bone, crazy headpiece. So she's gonna produce something different than what Carter's gonna produce and Widow's gonna produce, because her and Widow are gonna produce more athletic, you know, functional type dogs. But the thing is though too, she pooping. The thing is too, I'm pairing her with Kane. I'm pairing all the dogs with Kane, and Kane is a very athletic, functional male. Still pooping. Kane is a very athletic and functional male. So even with Marvel, Kane gonna add some of that in there. With Carter, Kane gonna add some of that in there. They're gonna pair up well together. Widow, her dog's gonna be crazy athletic with Kane and probably tall, because Widow is the tallest female in my yard. She's tall, Kane is tall. So I'm really excited to see what they're gonna produce together, because they're both tall. And so as I, you know, start my bloodline, I'll see how my dogs grow up, see what they throw, and make correct pairings together based on health and everything else. But yeah, I just want to show y'all Carter though. The Carter, her introduction. Hey baby, that's a good girl. Yeah man, y'all continue to follow along on the journey with this pretty beautiful girl. She is gonna be gorgeous. Full tail as well. Continue to follow along on the journey, y'all. Passmore Rotties.